Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Janelle Samora, and this is Scent Talk from my closet, the fragrance closet. And on this channel, we go over all things fragrance. If it is your first time watching, I do like to focus on one perfume house or topic at a time. And right now, we are covering vanilla and gourmand fragrances. But I did want to take a little break because for today, we have a floral fruity fragrance. Now, this is the most recent release from the Kayali brand. And I just have to put it out there from the beginning. This one surprised me. I'm not going to lie, I was a little skeptical of it for my own personal preferences. The notes were teetering on this might lean a little too floral, this might be a little too dry, ambery, musky, spicy in the dry down. Let's see what we get. Went ahead and got a hold of a coupon for Sephora and decided to go for it. So whereas I normally go for the 100 ml bottles of Kayali, I only went for the 50 ml. All right, so for today, we will go over the Kayali's Eden Sparkling Lychee 39, and we will also talk about what this fragrance can pair with. Layering. If you're into layering your fragrances, I know that this brand especially really lends itself to be able to be paired and enjoyed along with all kinds of different fragrances or body care. That's what I do truly love about this brand, because if you've been on the channel any amount of time, you know that we love to layer our fragrances and just enjoy. So if this is something you're interested in, go ahead and continue watching. Consider hitting that subscription button and the bell so you'll be notified to new videos. Okay, I have a drawer full and it is so beautiful because it all looks pink. And I love the color pinky peach. The beautiful colors and tones that were in this campaign were really eye-catching as well. For the notes in this fragrance, we have lychee in the top, some black currant, Italian lemon, and red apple. In the mid, we have violet, jasmine sambac, and rose. And in the base, sugar, vanilla absolute, musk, sugared amber, sandalwood, and cedar. So one other important or interesting tidbit of this line is this is the second installment of the Eden line within the brand, Kayali Eden. So this is the Juicy Apple 01, and on the site you can find this information where this fragrance came about because Mona, just the owner of the brand, just couldn't stop thinking about it. She was like, I loved this iteration of the Eden Juicy Apple. Let's revisit that. So that's what we have here. Essentially, this is a fruity, floral, feminine, fun, fruity, and floral is the overall take that I'm getting from it, or the vibe. But what does it give us exactly? I'm gonna let you know. I'm excited. Oh, this is just like, I love discovering new fragrances. Fruity florals are one of my favorites, right along with gourmands. I would say fruity florals come in second. They just can't have too much floral. I can't do it. So this right here, ooh, you guys, this this opens up. We have a dazzling to me, sweet, sweet, candied gummy bear vibe of a scent when this first opens up. For that reason, I think a lot of people find this very reminiscent to a body mist, that the way that they smell. I don't get a burst of alcohol or anything like that, like that you do get from body mists, but I get a very candied, sweet, scent, just very edible smelling. It really is. This opening is fruity, but candied fruit. It is not a natural fruit smell. Oh man. So me being a gourmand fruity lover, I was just floored by this opening. I said, okay, we're gonna have a transition fragrance here. We're gonna have a fragrance that gives us is a little bit layered. It's not a one and done, it's not a linear wear. I know that this has to transition. It cannot be all gummy bears and rainbows throughout the whole thing. So yeah, next we do get the florals. So after that, it just transitions into them florals. In For the florals, I can't pick out a huge rose. I was worried about that too because I don't always drive with rose. But I want to say that the violet is what is taking over and just continuing the candied vibe. It's like a candied violet is what I'm getting from the floral mid, and they remain sweet candied florals as you wear the fragrance and come into the mid. Now, one thing that I found really interesting about the wear, I did wear it a couple of times already, is that it really does project. It gives you a nice scent bubble. I would say that the trail that you leave is moderate. It's not, you know, it doesn't linger for a whole lot of time, but it does. You get a trail. You get a moderate sillage. You know, but it does project nicely. A lovely scent bubble, very enjoyable. Yeah. The florals, I really do feel like they balance out the candy. They cut through that candy to where, you know, it might get cloying and it just balances it out really nicely. So the dry down, we're at the dry down already. As we're wearing the fragrance, getting into the dry down, I was really worried about this becoming too spicy. And guess what? Some spice does show up for me. And I'm not talking spicy like hot, I'm talking like ambery spice. That is what I'm noticing in the way dry down. And I feel like it really mixes and mingles. And then I can finally detect what should be or what I should have smelled initially is the lychee. You know, like a lychee rose combo. If you've smelled those fragrances that have lychee and rose in them, you know what smell I'm talking about. It's almost like a spicy rose. Like there's some pink pepper in here somewhere as well. So that's what I get in the dry down, but it never lets go of the candied sweet feel. And for that reason, it keeps my attention the entire wear even when it gets to that you know, interesting dry down. A fragrance that has that spicy rose, jammy rose spicy scent that I'm talking about is, you could compare that to maybe Lush's rose jam. It has that little nuance in it. I'm not saying this smells like Lush's rose jam, but I'm talking about that particular spice that's in there. You know, that, I don't know, like a lychee rose combo. So that's what I'm getting here, you guys. Ultimately, it was really layered for me throughout the day. It wasn't a linear wear. It did take me in and out with the notes. They danced around each other. It was never too sweet for me because I love sweet, but I can definitely see this being way too sweet for a lot of people, especially someone who was really expecting a fresh, you know, just touch of fruit with a floral vibe. um, to me, it is very well balanced because it leans more towards the candied, you know, vibe than it does the pure floral. It never goes pure floral. Yeah, but they're here. It definitely has a floral feel. Especially going into that dry down, it's going to feel a little more, I guess you could say, mature than it did in the opening. Okay, so that's what I get from the entire fragrance, from the wear. It's just this opening. I don't have anything in the collection that smells exactly like it. The candied, the way that the candy comes across, really took my nose to this right here. Now, this is a very different fragrance. Oh, very different. But the opening has this like candied feel. Oh, yeah. I smell this candy. Not the way opening. Once it starts to dry. Hold on. That was very floral. Oh man, that was very blackcurrant, you know, cassis. Yeah, this is Armani's C Intense, I believe. Oh, there's Charlie. Eau de Parfum Intense. Yeah, this is Armani C Intense, and it has a candied vibe in it. Now, this candy, you know, floral that we have going on in there, ugh, there it starts to go a little bit syrupy, you guys. So the black currant in here, I guess you could say, goes a tad bit syrupy. The overall feel of the fragrance, though, is really fresh, you guys. I mean, we're talking really fresh. I really do feel like you could wear this year round, especially if this is your scent profile that you like to wear. You know, but it would shine, I mean, shine in the springtime. I think this fragrance could do really well in the spring. It just, you know, gives me that spring air. Yeah, all right. So that's the fragrance, you guys. I feel like I'm leaving something out that really wowed me. It might be the ambered sugar or the sugar feel in general, coming in and out all day. It was in there, and again, for that reason, it kept my attention. All right, so I have a drawer full. I do want to get through this, so let's go ahead and start now with what would I pair this with? What did I try it with? I was very curious about three things in general that I wanted to actually wear test for you guys to give you a positive, like, oh, this goes nicely. Very first one is a basic no-brainer. In fact, it does remind me a bit of this fragrance, and this is Champagne Toast. It is a classic from Bath and Body Works. And we have in here bubbly champagne, sparkling berries, and juicy tangerine. And it is a lovely base to accompany your lychee, definitely. I haven't even told you guys how long the fragrance lasted. I apologize. I got excited about the layering options here because there's quite a bit. All right, so longevity. I talked about the sillage, I talked about the projection, the longevity. I got 8 hours on skin. I was able to hold on to the fragrance plus 8 hours on clothes. I wore it overnight twice. Both times woke up with it. And then of course all day long as well. So it goes the distance on your person, on your clothes, but on your skin you're only going to get about 8 hours before you have to top it off if you want to smell it again on your skin. So to me that is good performance. I mean, it's not poor. It's not 2 to 4 hours. 2 to 4 hours, even 4 hours, if I love the scent, I will just reapply. But this one did go a full 8 hours on me. So very nice, performance. A similar, I can see a lot of people not being able to hold on to the scent. I really can, especially if you have a more, dry skin. That's why I'm always lotioning up to make sure that I do hold on to my fragrance a little longer, and hydrating as well. So that was my experience. 8 hours is what I got. But again, I can see some people maybe not getting as good a performance as I did. Okay, so that was it for the wear. Like I already mentioned, champagne toast. It went beautifully with it. The next thing I was so curious about, because I do get a tinge of that apple feel in the fragrance, and I also get it just kind of wants to lean strawberry. Are there red berries? I don't know. No, there's not. There's no red berries in this, but it kind of just wants to go that route. So for that reason, I was very curious to pair it with the Bright Christmas Morning. So for this one, it has ripe red berries, blood orange, and crisp apple, and it was absolutely perfect. I actually enjoyed the Bright Christmas Morning more than I did the Champagne Toast. I enjoyed the Champagne Toast, but something about adding that apple and pulling that apple out of the fragrance just made it bloom for so much more for me. And with that being said, I do think that this fragrance gives an air to Bath and Body Works Winter Candy Apple, minus the soapy touch or soapy vibe that I get from Winter Candy Apple. That's why I don't like to wear this on my person, per se, but it does give an air to this. And naturally, it gives an air to its original fragrance here, Eden Juicy Apple. So pairing these together would be wonderful. I could use the Eden Juicy Apple as a body splash. I could probably layer this lotion, the Eden Juicy Apple, as my topper offer, and the lychee one, the Eden Sparkly Lychee first. Okay, I mean, you could do a lot with this, you guys. It is just one of those very versatile fragrances. So one more thing that I tried that I said, will it go with this? Where did I leave it? It's right here. I was like, okay, I want to try this. This is Sweet Petal Pound Cake, and this has candied rose, raspberry swirl, and frosted bundt cake. I wanted to know if something without a floral was going to go well with the fragrance, and it did. It gave it this very soft cashmere like vibe. Like, almost like Victoria's Secret velvet petals. Just really plush is what the vibe it gave it. So this was a success as well. My favorite pairing though that I actually got to try was the Bright Christmas Morning, you guys. More than likely because of that apple tinge. More than likely. So this right here is gonna be, my go-to. I don't know. That would be a nice maybe, brunch. I'm always thinking about brunch because I'm like, I want something, fruity, flirty, fun for brunch. But this went really well, you guys. So if you have sweet petal pound cake, it is a go. It goes nicely. Okay, so once I confirmed that, it led my nose to other things that I felt you could also pair this with. But next, let's talk about vanilla, you guys, because there is some vanilla absolute in this fragrance. Do I pick it out like, oh, that's vanilla in the dry down? I do not. I feel like the ambery tones kind of take over, and then that interesting spicy rose as well that I get in the way dry down. So for that reason, I would so add a floral type vanilla to this fragrance as a layering base. So I have some options here that I think would really go well. First one from Bath and Body Works, Born Vanilla Sugar. This has intoxicating vanilla, white orchid, sparkling sugar, fresh jasmine, and creamy sandalwood. The lychee rose, the Eden sparkling lychee. Haven't learned the name yet. It does have the jasmine and it also has the creamy, or it just has sandalwood, not creamy, but this does have a creamy sandalwood. I always refer to this one, Warm Vanilla Sugar, as being a clean vanilla type scent to me. It's not a fruity vanilla. Even though it's labeled Warm Vanilla Sugar, you think, oh, that's like sugar cookies. It's not. To me, it's really clean sandalwood, just with a touch of floral. So any floral vanilla that you own could really, really go well as a layering base here. Now, another vanilla that I feel has that floral touch to it. I have a couple here. This one's borderline might be a little too foody if you don't want to go that route, if you want to keep it light and fresh and floral. But Fire at Will, you guys, I haven't even shown you. I finally got the full bottle of Fire at Will. This is a floral background to a beautiful warm vanilla. This is right up there for me on my loves for vanilla. Right up there with Tahoda. I've even done a side by side comparison between Fire at Will and Indult Tahoda. And this is the year that I said I must add these to my collection. So I have Fire at Will and Tahoda is on the way, you guys. It's just on the way. But yeah, this one would go nice. It's got an alluring floral background to it. So Fire at Will, before you apply here your lychee, oh man, yes. Now next, if you don't have Fire at Will, but you still want to go for a floral vanilla, throw a little caramel touch to it, Vanilla Potion. Now you can find these at TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all those stores. It's making its rounds again with this original label, but you might find a beige label as well. I think it's the same fragrance. It's just in two different packages. Okay. Oh, and they have like two other scents as well. This is by True Fragrance. I do have a review for this Vanilla Potion, and it is a floral vanilla. And I think it would pair nicely. Floral vanillas, you guys. All right, I have another vanilla that is not too floral, or it's not as floral, but this is the new Bare Vanilla Candied by Victoria's Secret. Oh, this one is just going to be so versatile, and it does have that candy tinge to it. This says it has strawberry sprinkles and marshmallow flour, but I don't detect strawberry at all. But I did. This was the star of my show for my Christmas haul from from Victoria's Secret. Oh yeah, this one was the star. Hold on, it smells like alcohol. Oh, there we go. Yes, this one would go so so nicely, you guys. Bare vanilla candy. I think this could go with anything that I have in my collection. I think. Okay, guys. Now, let's go pretty swiftly through the next ones. if you are just a fan of layering, I have some other options here for you. I swear to you. Let's talk about strawberry a little bit and berries in general. I do have the new strawberry snowflakes from Bath and Body Works, and this has juicy strawberry, whipped cream, and iced bergamot. So this one would go so nicely as well. I have been playing around with this on its own with other fragrances. I didn't get to try it with this one, but I do feel like it might go. This has been quite the dream with a couple of other fragrances I haven't reviewed yet, and we'll explore this a little more, you guys. But strawberry snowflakes would be a contender for certain. Now strawberries or berries. I would say a floral berry. We have Gingham Gorgeous. In fact, Kayali's lychee, Eden Sparkling Lychee really reminds me of Gingham Gorgeous. The way that it has the florals mixed with the fruit, and it's fresh and it's intoxicating. This has pink strawberries, peach nectar, and peony blooms. And so for that reason, I think it would just pair seamlessly. I definitely used this in the shower. I used champagne toast one day that I wore this, and I used Gingham Gorgeous the other day, and it just went so nice. So Gingham Gorgeous definitely would go. Now, if you want a more floral air with still holding on to some berries, I have two options here. Oh, excuse me. I have two options here. We have Buttercups and Berry Bellini. This is strawberry puree, buttercup flowers, and bubbly prosecco. So this one has a definite perfume air to it. Those buttercups, those florals that are in here. But the strawberry is also really, really evident. So for whatever reason, I want to throw strawberry into this mix. That would go really nice. Now next, you could add some champagne. You could do your strawberry champagne. What is it called? Victoria's Secret strawberries and champagne. This would go just fine. I do not find a champagne tone in this fragrance whatsoever. I don't find it in there. But I could add it and it would go nicely. So bubbly rosé is another one that has a lot of perfume notes in it, or tones. It has pink sparkling rosé, sweet blood orange, and a splash of cranberry. Um, so yeah, but it has floral tones. I don't know where they come from. Yeah, there's some floral tones in here. I have no idea where from. It gives an air to the champagne toast. I've always thought that, but it is different to me. It has a floral tone. It just does to me. All right. We're almost through here, you guys. I just want to make sure you have just so many. I don't know what you have in your collections as far as body care. And I just find all of these to be, to give me that want to pair with this. Um, it's another fragrance that you really don't need anything. You could do a light unscented lotion even just to make sure you're moisturized and add the fragrance, and it would give you a nice performance and those transitions. It'll keep you intrigued all day, no problem. But I love to throw down some body care. So from Victoria's Secret, they have from the pink line, they have this super berry, and I think that you could just do this oil with your skin still a little bit damp, and it would just elevate the berry tone that we have in the lychee, the Eden Sparkling Lychee. Okay, that's another option. And now, sticking with Victoria's Secret, I have two here. They're fairly new, but I also thought of them for this fragrance. Pure Seduction Cashmere and Velvet Petals Candied. I think maybe the whole candied line could go with this because it is so candied. So this has caramel ribbon glazed petals, but it doesn't give me caramel per se. And then the Pure Seduction Cashmere has whipped meringue and decadent berries. Both great contenders for Kayali's fragrance here. All right. I think that is it. I kind of shuffled my whole drawer. I really did. Oh my gosh. Oh no, I wanted to talk to you guys about the rose. If you really, because the rose is here in the fragrance, like towards the end of the wear is where it makes its presence more felt to me. And if you want to introduce the rose a little earlier with some body care, I think that you could do the whipped rose and vanilla from Bath and Body Works. It has crushed rose petals, cacao flower, and whipped foam. It would go just fine. And then I do have a lychee milk tea from House of Glory. Now this one is just a shoe-in for any fragrance that has lychee in it. It has tart lychee fruit and black tea met with a splash of coconut milk. The coconut milk is not super apparent. It just kind of makes it slightly creamy, if you will, but it's not like coconut. Like, I wouldn't be able to tell there was coconut in here if it didn't say it on the label. Okay, all right. Now that I mixed the whole drawer up, I think I'm done. Yes, you guys, beautiful fragrance. I'm more than sure that I'll be finding other pairings along the way. We'll be experimenting with it throughout this next year to come, especially when spring rolls around and everybody's craving these type of scents. Like I always say, you can wear whatever you want whenever you want. You don't have to stick to certain seasons. Not to mention, it might be, we have different areas. It might be hot here and cold somewhere else, or you're always looking to, whatever you're craving is what you should reach for. But yeah, many options. Do I did enjoy this fragrance very much so. Um, the telltale sign, is that how you say it? Telltale sign, I think. For me personally, when I know that I enjoy a fragrance, is that I want to wear it 50 different ways. I want to accentuate the notes that are in the fragrance. I want to play around with it. I'm thinking about it, and not only do I want to wear it alone, I want to mix it up and make it my own. So, yeah, this is another one here by Kayali that gives me that feeling. So, personal opinions here, but I always also stress to try these fragrances for yourself whenever samples are available. That's the best way to go because you never know when something is just not going to work out for you. All right, guys, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed the review and the layering combos. Gosh, one of my favorite things. Y'all have a blessed rest of your day, your night, or your evening, and you stay safe.